entertaining the masses and made your way to the psychic room for a show here at Pig. This is Whatever Fate Decides. I'm Neil, and yeah, thanks, friend. I appreciate you. And what our show is you're going to see a live tarot reading happen for a real invited guest. That you'll meet in just a minute, who I actually really don't know. I've met them for maybe 2 or 3 minutes worth of time. And we'll do that real tarot reading for that person. And I also have some performers that are here. And at different points during the reading, they'll improvise a little bit about that reading, maybe going further, deeper into what's being discovered, and we'll see where things take us. And as we move further into the future, just like any tarot reading, our guest has an agency over her future. So if she gets the reading and it's like, I'd rather something different happen in my life, maybe we'll make it happen for her. So without any further ado with things, I give you Rachel, our guest tonight. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here, Rachel. So I'm going to tell, I'm projecting. I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about what I told you backstage, just so that they know, like, that you're really okay, and you know this is the plan. So, Rachel, the show tonight is for you. So basically, we're going to be honoring you the whole time, and yeah, you're welcome. It's kind of nice to feel like, oh, you're making a thing for me. Thanks. Basically, what will happen is that, like I was explaining to the audience, we'll be doing some tarot reading for you. And at any point in time, you can be as involved in the show as you want to be. If you'd rather just be here and get your reading, awesome, totally fine. If you want to direct the players, that's not really how my mom is. She's more like that. That's fine. You can also like stand back. I'm getting on stage and I'm performing with you, which we've totally had happen and we totally accept. Again, show's for you. To that end, also, if something comes up and you're like, didn't expect to have that happen to me, or I'm not sure if I want to talk about that in front of mostly strangers, you can just say, hey, please stop. And we'll just redirect the show around the thing that you weren't excited about exploring, and see what happens. Cool. The other bit that I usually tell anyone that I give a tarot reading to, hey, the tarot is like a snapshot of your current trajectory. So if you feel, I wasn't expecting that, or I don't want to do that, cool, we'll give you the power to change it, but also like you have agency just in general if you want to change stuff. So that's important. The other bit that I think is really important is that I read this great big expanded tarot deck that's here called Alleyman's Tarot, and it's a lot, so I really like that. I'd like you to meet our performers because they're really important tonight too. And I've held off introducing them to build a little suspense. Please put your hands together for Maz and Rosalind. So yeah, Rachel, now we have the show. You can see my great big tarot deck. If you're a student of the tarot at all, any of you, and you see cards, like, what the hell is that? Because I have this great big enormous magpie on the deck. So, Rachel, what drew you to the cards tonight? What is it that you were interested in asking about?
Yeah, new year, so
Great.
What does 2025 have in store for me?
Okay. Cool. We can look at that together. What does 2025 have in store? I want you to think about your question. I'm going to mix the cards. When it feels like it's time for me to stop, let me know, and I'll stop. Okay, interesting. So the thing that jumps out at me right away is that these are all reverses, which I think is interesting. And I'll try and bring this card up a little bit just so you all can see it better. It's a little bit hard to spot. There it is. There's the lovers. So I'm showing it to you all as I get it. And Rachel, the deal with the lovers is it's this card in the past for you for 2025. And the lovers is like a thing that's in something called the major arcana. So it's like this big, powerful suit of cards that deals with like the soul's journey through life and you know, just like big life lessons, if you're into that. I am, because I do this stuff. But basically, like, reversed what was happening in 2025. The lovers is usually about relationships that you have with people. They don't have to be romantic, but a lot of times they are. And reversed like this, it's about like a relationship where you were like dependent on someone, like really locked into them, like to the point of like codependence. And like, I don't know, sometimes that's not the greatest place to be, of like being locked into each other in like that like really intense, I need you kind of way. But I'm seeing you kind of smile a little bit. We don't know each other at all, by the way, like, just so you know. So like, does that like make sense to you? Or, like, have any resonance for you at all?
Yeah, sure. I think like definitely want to be more independent just as a person. So I think that's good for like lots of different relationships that I have with like family or relationships. So I think that's a good one. I think being more independent in 2025. So like that.
Okay. Yeah, so like from the past, like you had been holding on to some, or having some of those kinds of relationships. Is there like anyone specifically that you can think of that like, oh man, you would have that kind of relationship maybe with like a parent, or like you mentioned just a minute ago, or maybe like a different kind of relationship that you had?
Like codependent from like maybe I'm not sure actually. I don't know, like maybe like family or relationships. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think you guys are looking for.
All right. First we need to get the eggs from the fridge. So, jeez. We have to shred these. But let me grab the eggs, please. Oh my god, they're just gonna get warm and then they'll get weird in the can. All right. Well, we're not gonna do weird eggs again.
Then don't do the eggs first, do the cheese, get the grater. I can't do it by myself. Thank you.
No, okay.
So
You
so
hold
weird.
the cheese still, and I'll move the grater.
That's not really how it works.
Okay, I'll hold the
typically.
grater still, and you move the cheese.
How am I at a weird angle?
Sorry.
This is gonna melt weird. You know cheese tastes different when it's sliced.
Pause for just a second, players. Does this feel like a relationship that you've been in the past where you're like that locked in that you almost can't function?
I do agree that I like the cheese shredded rather than shredding cheese. And nail this tastes weird, so I do agree with like shredding my own cheese. For sure.
Okay.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah, we'll keep it that. Keep going, players, then. That's the deal.
Alright, I think that's probably enough. We're good.
You want to put this in the sink? All right. Can we do the eggs now so they don't get weird?
We'll do the eggs. That's all I asked for.
But we're making a huge mess again.
I don't know what you expect me to do. I have one hand here.
I also have one hand here.
You ended up with the dominant hand. I don't really know.
Thanks, players. Thanks so much. So yeah, Rachel, you clap for that. I heard of you like, I'm not sure I'm supposed to. You didn't join them, it's fine. But yeah, like sometimes you can think about where it maybe fits in your life. Like I said, I've only known you for the past like couple of minutes, which is fine. Like I'm big regards to people I don't know all the time. But like you can think for yourself about where that might fit in your life. But like what you usually get when you're in that kind of relationship is what you just saw. Well, hold the cheese. Well, I don't know. Like move the grater. You can't function, right?
You get weird eggs.
And you get weird eggs, or just like a weird breakfast altogether. But like it's a bigger metaphor for other things, right? We're like, oh, we can't function that way if we're that locked in with each other. This next card that's here from the present, I'll give you. This is another like big, powerful card. It's a little hard to read on the bricks. Sorry everyone, I didn't bring a screen. But this card here is again like in that big, powerful major arcana suit of cards. It's something. It is death, but this deck has 1 million death cards. And this one is blood death, and it's reversed though, so like that's not scary. And basically, like what I feel like it's trying to say out here is like, so you've been in had these kinds of relationships where like you're really locked in with someone, almost to the point of like not functioning in like different parts of your life. And in the present, it's kind of saying like, come on, Rachel, why are you letting this suck so much and hurt so much? Like you know, you're kind of doing it to yourself, and you know you don't need to. And like there's this need in the present, like now in January 2025, at the beginning of it all, sort of like take a breath and like reevaluate and like how do you change these relationships or like these aspects of your life where you're dependent on things and have them be something different, if that makes sense.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Did you do the whole like New Year's Eve kind of thing, resolution things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got some good New Year's resolutions. I made a bingo board, so I've got I gamified it.
Okay,
So
that's,
it's pretty fun.
yeah, this
Yeah.
feels like the thing. So like that's really great. I love that you gamified it. I was not that cool. I wrote them down on like a notebook like an old person, and we'll probably forget about them in a month. But like that's great. So so it sounds like you've really been doing like the whole like, hey, I've been trying to think about this, but it is also the universe kind of saying like, come on, quit doing this to yourself, right? Because like the alternative is being hurt.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, go for it, guys.
All right, come on up. New Year's resolution. Hi. 2025, our first contestant of the
Okay.
year.
Hi, everybody.
We have our nice wheel here, our resolution wheel for 2025. Why don't you give it a spin?
Okay, all right.
What was your resolution last year? Why don't you tell the audience while we're waiting for that?
Last year, I resolved to eat more salads.
Did it work?
No!
Well, here at Resolution Wheel, we always get you. We make sure you get that resolution because we show up at your house. Slow down here. What's it gonna be? Call my mom more.
Call my mom more. I guess I could do that. Yeah, I can call my mom more.
Yeah.
Do they have to make long calls with my mom?
If you want, it's really up to you. It's your resolution. You sent these in.
Rachel, how do we feel about our mom?
Great.
I love my mom so much. I can't wait to make more calls to Rachel.
Is this another one of those?
I love talking to my mom all the
It's
time.
good to be independent, but
It's
I,
so
Do we
good
need
to
to
be
call our mom less? Do we need to spin the wheel again, Rachel?
it's been the wheel again.
I'm gonna double or nothing. Double or nothing. All right.
Oh! Spend more time in nature.
More time in nature. Yes. I can do that. I'm gonna go lick a tree.
Yes. Let's spend some solo time nature bathing, communing with the world around us and our own thoughts.
Yes. All right.
How do you
Rachel,
feel
you think we
about
can
that,
handle that?
You're like, yeah, if I didn't write that down, it's on my board somewhere, on the bingo board. No, that's really great, and like it's a good reminder to like really look at those relationships that are maybe like because you're so locked into them, holding back. In the future, the thing I want to show you that's here is something called the Queen of Pentacles. So pentacles are like a suit of usually like earthly things, like physical objects, your career maybe, your finances are usually like prime examples of that thing. And court cards, like the Queen, are usually like people, right? And here I kind of feel like this Queen is you. And in the future, welcome. You know, it's something where like reversed like she is. All these cards were reversed. It's like going forward into the future for 2025, making sure that like you're not like it's like a warning to not hoard your like energy and your resources, but rather to like give away like your energy and to share things with people. So like even as you know you're kind of coming out of maybe these relationships where like I'm stuck on this person in like a maybe not helpful way and I need to sort of reevaluate stuff. It doesn't mean swing the pendulum the other direction and be like, fuck off, I'll do it myself. But to say like, oh, okay, like how can this be more of like a sharing of things with the people in my life where it's like I'm giving from my bounty of like time and resources and energy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a future that you'd be like, hey, I like that, or like.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, basically, like it's instead of locking in on someone so hard that you like need each other to function, it's being mindful of like going so hard of like I've thought about things in the present and you know I'm doing my New Year's resolution thing. We'll spend time in nature and maybe call my mom, which means I won't talk to you. And you know like swinging so hard of being like oh, I'm gonna be my own like, independent person that you forget to connect with people, forget to like share your time and your Rachelness with people, because I think people like you and like want to do that. I haven't known you very long, but like you seem very approachable in the audience and kind and like the sort of person people would want to spend time with. So like you know, being careful like not to deny people that good energy that you bring, even as you work towards independence.
I gotcha, yeah. So spend time with people, but also myself, but not too much of either.
Yeah, like
Balance.
Rebalance. That's it. You took the word right out of my mouth. That's perfect. You should be in this seat. But that's kind of like the future that I'm seeing. I'm wondering, friends, if you don't have something already, what if we saw a different version of that very first scene that we had with the cheese grater that was balanced?
All right. You know what day it is?
Omelet day.
Omelet day.
Let's do it.
All right.
What do you want to do first?
Thank you so much for asking. I would love, if you think it makes sense, I would love to do the eggs first.
I think that's a good idea, but I think if we do the eggs first, we need to mix in the milk with the eggs before we start anything else.
Make it
We'll
fluffy.
stabilize it, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. The door. You got
Carton, milk.
Oh, do you want cheese?
Oh, do
I
I
got
want
you.
cheese?
Do you want cheese?
I'm gonna be great in that cheese, baby.
Oh, you're gonna be great at it.
Oh, I should grab you that grater. There you go.
All right.
Let's put the, oh, great, yeah, we
Oh,
got
all
it.
right, all right. I'm excited about your cheese.
There's the bowl. I'll crack these eggs for you if you don't
Alright.
mind holding it steady for me.
Ah,
I've been practicing.
yeah, one-handed. Very nice.
I'm watching Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
I mean, you know,
I've been there. I was there the whole time. Non-dominant hand too. I love that.
It's great, right?
Ambidextrous.
I've been there.
All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of milk while you whisk.
Oof, perfect.
Yeah.
Just off vibes, no measurements.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that, so fluffy.
Gorgeous. All right, my turn. I'm gonna keep whisking. You want to put that cheese in there? Yeah. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
You want some pepe?
Oh, I love some pepe. All right, gorgeous.
Some salt?
Oh, of course.
Some pep.
Oh, the paprika.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yum.
3 eggs?
I think 3 eggs is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for that. Yeah. So,
Very accurate. I eat a lot of eggs.
do you?
So,
Yeah.
a lot of eggs and cheese.
Excellent.
I make like a 12 egg omelet though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
a lot of eggs. You know, full bar.
That's a little extra.
It's expensive.
It could be expensive.
Hey, you know what? Like, it's worth it. Treat yourself more than people around you, right? Like, which is kind of what the
Shell
future
out
parents
for
are.
it.
I see what you're doing. But like that's what like 2025 seems to have for you, and it seems like a future that you wanted, and that we managed to touch on some things unexpectedly that are into, and we have loads of time, Rachel. So it's up to you. If you feel like, yeah, you know, I would love another reading about something else in my life. We have time, and I think we'd love to hear from you now that we've gotten to know you. Yeah, thank you for what the show is. It's up to you about what you do.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah. I'll do another reading, but I can't think of a good question, so let me think on it.
Oh, that's fair. So like one thing we can do too is we can, and I'll just talk about it a little bit while we shuffle the cards, but we can be really specific if you want to be, like we talked about backstage. We can also think about an aspect of your life. So if you're like, oh, what's happening with my career or my finances or family or love or whatever, we can also read that too in like a slightly more specific way without being like, here's the giant overview of my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll do a career one.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your career. So while I shuffle the cards, I'm just a little interested because like I was saying before, like I don't know you at all. We just met today, which has been lovely. Thank you for meeting me and for meeting all of us. Yeah. What is it that you do like for a career right now? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, right now I work in sales. So the company I work for sells HR software.
Oh,
So I
okay.
call people, most of my about if they're interested in HR software. It can be a lot of fun talking to strangers, but also most people don't really like HR software at that very moment that I'm calling them. So
It's
sometimes
fair.
I can feel a little annoying, and people don't love that.
I can imagine, you know, I admire you doing a job in sales. I don't think I could handle doing a job in sales. I think, yeah, I don't think I would enjoy it, but you seem like a very pleasant person, even if you were calling me something I didn't want. So, like, no,
I might
you know,
give HR software anyway.
yeah, exactly. Like, you seem nice, just, I read the tarot for a living. You know. Cool, well, let's go ahead and think about your career then.
I have a question, if I can ask from the audience. I don't know if that's weird.
No, I've never had it happen before, but I'm totally curious, Emily. Like, what's your question? Let's talk about it.
It's a burning question, like to offer, like Rachel, if there's any way, like, or how can we support you as an audience, or if you want to ask us questions, or like us to ask you questions. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh,
You're
okay.
so great. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, what a great idea, Emily. I love it. I've done this show a lot of places, like all over the Eastern Seaboard and you know, different places. Went to Europe with it. It was super cool. I've never had someone in the audience shout out, "Hey, how can we support you?" So I kind of love it. Thank you. And I don't know, Rachel, if you feel like I need a lifeline,
If I can offer a way of supporting Rachel, actually from Rachel, you can support yourself. Do you still have that bell?
Oh, I sure do. In fact, I forgot to give it to you. Thanks for saying something. So as we get into this next round, I appreciate you mentioning it because there's so many elements here that I forgot this bit. If you feel like, I really like that moment that was happening, it feels like it resonates with me, you can just do one of these.
Cool.
And then the players will be like, oh, cool, I'm on the right track.
Nice.
And then there's a lot of silence, and that's fine. We were just being, watching your face that last round, and it seemed like, oh, omelets, cheese, eggs, yeah, I'm down with this. So I was letting the players go. Let's go ahead and think about your career. We'll shift gears and we'll use the bell for the rest of the time. Think about your question. What's next with my career? I'll mix the cards. When it's time for me to stop, let me know. Well, you were full of like big, powerful moment cards, which I love. I think that's kind of awesome. And this very first one that's here, this is the past. And y'all can see that more or less, I think. I'll scoot these kind of out of the way a little bit, just so you don't have to look out. This is the Empress. And so again, like big powerful cards in that same like major arcana suit. And here, the Empress is usually this figure of like motherhood or like bringing forth things into the world. Reversed like this in the past, it's like you've been giving into like in the past dreams about your career, or like I would love to do this whatever silly thing is, and there'd been nothing wrong with that. To have like a dream, even it sounds silly, like I want to like rope dinosaurs for a living, or mine the moon or something, right? Did you ever have like dreams in the past of like silly careers or like things that seem wild? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I used to be a hairdresser, and
Oh.
I really wanted to be a face painter. I did a lot of face painting like for parties and stuff, but I wanted to be like a famous face painter.
Okay.
And I thought that was really like fun and creative. But I didn't love that career path, doing hairdressing and face painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what about it like just really didn't work right for you?
I think like the hours were great. Work on weekends.
Right.
And so it's like you're on your feet a lot, and I don't know. I just kind of wanted something that was like a little bit more like the 9 to 5.
That makes sense. That makes sense. One of my very best for go for it, friends.
So, how long have you been an architect for?
Oh, it's been 5 years. I'm still an apprentice, technically.
And you said that's been really stressful for you?
Yeah, the thing about architecture is there's really big egos that go along with the big buildings. So technically everything I design right now gets credited under someone else.
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But you're so good at what you do.
thank you. But there's a lot of things, like I gotta, work all the time, and I put a lot of effort into it, and, I kind of just want to, have a life outside of it. It's kind of weird, like, it's something I really care about, it's something I want to, like, be known for, but also, it'd be nice to have a life.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Saturday at 9 p.m. and I'm here.
Oh, you'd rather be somewhere else.
No, I love face painting, but
Yeah.
it's the hours that really
Yeah.
do it for me.
I mean, this is a pretty cool bachelor party.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Did you have people?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's an awesome job if you're really passionate about it. But if you're kind of just like meh about it, it's kind of a hard job.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I saw you just watching it and just being very chill. I mean, like, yeah, kind of that was my life, and I don't know if I liked it. I just realized, like, oh, that was you not liking your life before. That's okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure we went through that. So yeah, that's fine. Like, I have a good friend who's a hairdresser, and yes, she is sometimes an impromptu therapist. So like that happens. This next card that's here, it's interesting that this comes up. This is a page of wands. So again, another court card, right? And wands are this suit of passion, like what you feel is like your life's purpose or your life's goal. So appropriate that it would come up like for a career thing, makes sense. And pages are like, again, they're a court card. So I feel like this page is you in this instance. And pages are often like the beginnings of things. And reversed like this, it's like you're almost assuming in the present with your career that like, well, if I'm just loud enough and just push hard enough, then I'll get what I need, right? If I just call and like talk my HR software, then I'll meet my sales goals and do what I need to do. And there's like this warning in the present that like you're running into situations maybe that you're not ready for or that you weren't expecting because you're doing that, because you're just leaping out there like, I just try hard enough, things will happen because I'm me and I'm great. and there's some good in that, but like if you're thoughtless about it can hurt people or can like not serve you, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that's something that you feel like in your current career, like you're racing out to things and not sure if I'm totally ready to face them. Because it seems like a big shift, at least for me, not knowing anything about you at all, to go from I paint faces to I sell software on the phone. Like that's like,
It's very different.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like what I do, but I am, and I'm like vocal with my job about this. I'm looking to make a change within the company to doing something a little bit different. So like maybe leaning on a like a more marketing end of things, and so I'm hoping that eventually I can shift from sales to marketing.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So like, have you had like talks with like your bosses and things about this? Like, this is
Yeah.
something I want to do with the
Yeah.
company as soon as it opens up.
Yeah, exactly. So I told them that I'm in school and.
Oh, you're in school. We didn't know this.
Yeah.
You've been holding out.
So yeah, so I'm in school, so I'm trying to kind of work into a marketing role at the company, and and they're like, you're on my team, which is cool.
Oh, okay. So like they're down with it. Like
Yeah,
your
they're
bosses
like-
are like, as soon as you get that marketing degree, like hit us up.
Yeah. So they're saying hopefully things will work out, and like when there's like roles that open up that like would fit for me, hopefully I can move into them down the line when I have like
Yeah.
schooling and stuff like
The
that.
school is done.
Yeah.
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 That's really, really cool, friends.
Yeah.
We'll put
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sales stuff.
Yeah.
Apples.
I'll have an apple.
You want an apple?
Please.
Fresh off the vine.
Oh, vine apple.
Vine apple. It's a new technology. It's come straight from up top where they make the plants. It's real smart. I read it in a book.
I believe you.
Yeah.
All right. How do they taste?
Oh, excellent. Take a bite. Free sample. Read it in a book. Pretty good, right? Yeah.
It's like like honey
Mm-hmm.
and like
Crisp.
crisp. It's a crisp and honey.
You know what we call it?
No idea.
Honey crisp.
No.
Fresh off the line, the honey crisp. You know why we call it that? Because it tastes like honey crisp. Yeah. And marketing, baby. You sold me on that.
I was gonna say, like,
He's an apple right now.
right? I actually grow apples in my tiny, tiny yard in eastern Cranston.
On your apple vines.
Yeah, my apple vines. Exactly. Yeah, my neighbors think I'm ridiculous, but you know, they're going along okay. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I'm as good at marketing as Rosalie and Matt are, but you know, that's fine. I grow them for myself. I'm not trying to sell. So into the future, like, you know, with your career. Again, like tonight you have been just the queen of like big high-powered cards today, which is awesome, I think. It's always nice. This is a card from the future with you called the High Priestess. And the artwork's a little hard to spot again.
It's a really pretty card.
It is really pretty though. You can kind of see this this figure sort of swathed in all these religious robes. And what her deal is she's like this symbol of the divine feminine, which is kind of cool. And this version of her is like needing to really listen going forward with your career about what you want to do, and like needing to come to grips with like the deeper understanding of what it is that you want going forward with your career, and trusting that the universe will just guide you into the right place that you need to be at, and to know that like you may not know right now if it's even marketing or how your career will really unfold, knowing like maybe sales isn't it, but it's better than hairdressing. But to like there's this need for you to like trust that the divine is like looking out for you, and that like the universe will give you the thing that you need to be doing that's going to be the good match for you going forward. It'll let you use your creative side, but also like lets you do the business thing that you seem to be into. If that makes sense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like trusting the universe to kind of tell me what's up. So
Yeah.
I like the tarot for being like, oh, what do you think?
Yeah, or just like a reminder here, like allow the divine, allow the universe to work with you to find the thing as you move forward with your schooling and your career. Maybe it won't be marketing, but it'll be something that's going to be right for you.
Awesome.
I saw you both looking at each other back there, so if you've got something, go for it.
So I just
You're floating.
Thanks, the universe.
Yes. Why don't you walk ahead of you? Or just take a very slight left. No, I mean a right.
Universe.
Oh, just
Alright.
Just joshing. Oh, come ahead. Oh, I love that we can joke like this. Oh, it's beautiful. Why don't you take a complete 180? Complete 180. Oh, beautiful. And just skip ahead. Just 3 skips. Oh, look at you enjoying the world. Oh, it's so beautiful. And why don't you take a seat? Why don't you just on the ground?
On the ground.
And just commune with me.
Ah, this is the nature time I was looking forward to.
It was, and guess what? Your mother is not calling you.
Oh, I left my phone in the car.
You definitely did.
Oh.
And it's on silent.
it's on silent.
Yes,
I can just lie here.
isn't it beautiful? The wind, it's whispering through the breeze, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Eat some
Your outer office
dessert.
is on. Don't necessarily do that. Honestly, you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I tried it, and I didn't like it, and I don't have to do it again.
That's what life's all about. It's about learning. It's about experience.
Hooray!
It's about being a face painter for a little bit and saying, you know what, not for me.
Not for me.
Not for me. Maybe
Hey, universe,
Yeah.
do you want to buy some HR software?
You know what? I already have people, so.
Oh, you already
Yeah. Good, I'm glad you felt that way. You know, Rachel, with all of this, I just want to thank you for sharing a little piece of your life. And I think everyone out here, I hope Emily, you feel the same way, that hey, we're all wishing really positive things for you with your career and 2025 as you look at relationships. And please let's all give Rachel a nice everyone, this has been Whatever Fate Decides. Thanks for coming to our show. Have a great night.